What is up, my friends? Good evening to you all, and you're most welcome along to today's Anfield Agenda News Roundup. We are, of course, going to be talking about the managerial situation, the sporting director situation, and there's a little bit of transfer talk today as well. Now, I'm going to go through it all over the next 8 to 10 minutes. You guys, please do let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it. And as you can see in the top corner of the screen, we have now hit 245,000 subscribers. The race to 250,000 really is on. And every single one of you guys that have played a part by hitting that subscribe button, thank you. If you haven't done so yet, we would love you to do so if you enjoy the content. So, let's start off with a bit of a roundup. This isn't Liverpool related, but it is a big news story, so I've got to bring it to you. Paul Pogba has been banned from football for 4 years. That officially came out today. What does that mean for his career? Is it over? Don't know, but it is a big ban, and it certainly has brought what seemed as a glittering career to an end. A career that certainly had lots of ups and downs in it, but it seems like it's drawing to a close now. 4-year ban for Mr. Paul Pogba. Let us know your thoughts on that. So now to bring it back to a Liverpool perspective, my friends, I want to just bring you to Simon Rolfs, the sporting director of Bayer Leverkusen. He was speaking about Xabi Alonso, the situation, the pursuit from other clubs, and of course what's going on at Leverkusen. And this is what he had to say about the Alonso situation. I remain calm and optimistic. The most important thing for managers is that they feel comfortable and have the feeling that they are in the right place. I do agree with him on that, to be honest with you. It is, I'm sure, a very friendly environment for Alonso to be plying his trade in Leverkusen, but there's also ambition, right? So we'll get to the rest of his comments now. He said, Xabi knows what he has at the club. He said that many times. This is how he works with his team and his coaching team every day. So again, they're obviously trying to keep Xabi Alonso. Why wouldn't they? He's doing great things with them. But I think he needs to acknowledge the ambition of these up-and-coming young managers as well. And let's be frank, a move to Liverpool Football Club will be huge for Alonso. But of course, we do have to be respectful. He is, as of right now, the Bayer Leverkusen manager. Now, bringing it towards transfers for a bit, because it's gone all quiet in that regard over the last week or two. But today, some more stuff is starting to come out about the positions that Liverpool are looking towards for the summer to bring in to strengthen the squad, and somewhat some of the targets. So if we can acknowledge that, it seems as though centre-back and wingers, according to a lot of the media today, are the two areas that Liverpool are looking to reinforce in the summer market. It is very difficult, I guess, to hone in on targets until you have a sporting director in place. More so probably than a manager. The sporting director, whoever the new one is, will probably have a wide-ranging scope, and transfers will be part of that. So Fabrizio Romano, speaking about it, said, Liverpool will keep an eye on wingers and centre-backs. They are following some players and sending scouts to other countries. In England, Pedro Neto has been followed by LFC. Now, look, I like Pedro Neto. I would dare to say a lot of you guys watching like Pedro Neto, but the price tag being mentioned before, upwards of £70 million, is just far too much. And also, you've got to take into account his injury track record. I like the guy. I've always liked Neto. Has the fire in his belly. Definitely is a fighter, and somebody I could see at Liverpool, but it would have to be for a more realistic price point, in my opinion, and Wolves would be looking for a club record fee. With regards to the search for a sporting director, Fabrizio Romano today again has said Bournemouth's technical director Richard Hughes is really appreciated by people at Liverpool as they keep their search for a new sporting director going. Now, over the last 24-48 hours, most of the talk around the sporting director search has of course returned back to Michael Edwards. But I got to make it very clear at this point in the video, as has been, in fairness to the media, you know what I mean, I want to give them their props on this. They've been saying that, as of yet, Michael Edwards has shown no desire to leave Ludonautica and come back to a role at Liverpool. But you've got to ask yourself this as well. Of the stuff that's been leaked over the last day or two, a lot of it has been along the lines of Edwards isn't interested in becoming a sporting director at Liverpool. If he was to come back, he would want X, Y, and Z, more power, a higher role, to be in charge of the entire footballing project. And we've seen phrases like football CEO, or a role being created for him like football CEO. So why would those things be being briefed if it wasn't at least of interest or consideration for him? So I would say don't be expecting Michael Edwards to come back in, but keep an eye on the situation. As of right now, as I've said, most of the media are reporting that he has so far shown no intentions of coming back, but there have been an outline brief as to what would be required if indeed he was to be interested. Go from there. Taking it back to transfers, somebody whose name we've mentioned and somebody who you guys mentioned to me last night in our live stream was Archie Gray of Leeds United. David Ornstein has been speaking about this situation. He said Liverpool, of course, and the interest on Archie Gray. I'd be more surprised if there wasn't interest, but that doesn't mean he'll leave. Do you know what? Honestly, if I'm Archie Gray, I wouldn't be in a rush to leave Ellen Road. I wouldn't be in a rush to leave Leeds. So often we see young promising players like that rush through and it doesn't work out for them at the next club. Then you've got the other side of the corner, I guess, the likes of a Jude Bellingham, who went over to Germany, tore it up and is now doing it at Real Madrid. But he is Leeds United through and through, and I would understand from his perspective and his family's perspective, he wanted to stay there for another year, get more experience, and then make the move. Particularly, of course, if Leeds get promoted up to the Premier League. But I do agree with David here as well, like I've said to you guys. I would have been more surprised if Liverpool weren't being linked with Archie Gray. Every top club in England will be linked with Archie Gray. So, Fabrizio Romano via Anything Liverpool. Liverpool are looking to get the right centre-back. In January, Umar Salet from RB Salzburg was a possibility, but Liverpool decided to postpone their search for the summer instead. So again, reconfirmation there that Liverpool will be looking at centre-backs and wingers in the summer transfer window. Now, when we talk about that, of course, my mind immediately goes to, are we looking at wingers because is Mohamed Salah's position at the club under threat? Or are we looking at wingers because we need another one anyway? I hope the answer is we're looking at wingers because we need another one anyway, because we do. We've seen when Mohamed Salah is out how much we struggle to get a replacement for the right-hand side. Cade Gordon, coming back from injury, hasn't played a lot. Elliott, not really too suited to that position these days, is better in midfield. And Connor Bradley, well, he's more of a wing-back than a right-forward, so no problems from the club looking to bring in a winger. Just to go back to something we spoke a little bit about yesterday. So there was a report that said Mohamed Salah has shown no desire to stop playing at the top level. So this is obviously in relation to his links to Saudi, and that he feels he still has a bit to achieve. So I hope that is with Liverpool, and I'm sure you guys hope that is with Liverpool. But until we get the proper people in place, I guess those negotiations with Mohamed Salah, with Virgil van Dijk and Trent, well, they can't really take place. So let's hope that when he talks about wanting to play at the top level, it's with Liverpool. Because outside of that, realistically, what would be his options in Europe? PSG, probably. Would there be clubs in the Premier League that'll be interested? Yes, but why would he leave Liverpool to go to another club in the Premier League? It wouldn't really make sense. He can achieve those things at Liverpool. So I hope FSG, John W. Henry, Tom Werner and everybody involved is getting to the negotiating table with Mohamed Salah to sort this contract out. So David Ornstein said there's been lots of speculation about Richard Hughes, but I sense it would only be possible if Michael Edwards was to return. So again, maybe they're trying to link these. Maybe Richard Hughes could come in if Michael Edwards had that football CEO role. So my friends, that is pretty much where we're at now with regards to Liverpool's business. Again, Simon Hughes here says Michael Edwards has shown no desire to return to Liverpool. So let's wait and see. It is one of those times where things are going great on the pitch. The youngsters have stepped up. Of course, I've rewritten Rhythm is a Dancer, by the way. So you get the full version of that on tonight's 8:30 late night agenda if you want to join us. I did actually spend time last night writing out the words, so there you go. My friends, it's over to you now. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on the video. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, we'd love you to do so. And I will hopefully see you tonight at 8:30. We'll recap last night. We'll look ahead to the game against Nottingham Forest and ask who's going to be in the team. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.